Hello, welcome back. I thought this was a cool build I saw. It's Fire and Ice. So you got Victini VMAX, Max Victory, able to do 220, knocking out those Vs, and then you got my favorite, Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX for 2 energy, doing 250. So you do 220, 250, you got Fire, you got Water, hit some weaknesses, hit some stuff there, and it's a pretty good deck with these two. And I've got the other Victini I got because he's good, early game, the 120 versus relying on energy. Dedenne Crobat for our supporter Pokemon. And then, of course, like every deck now, you have the Sobble, Drizzile, and Inteleon line. Mostly because Inteleon, for the most part, to hit, to get the items you need, but mostly also to put that little bit extra damage on. So that 250 can be 270 to whatever, etc. You know what I'm saying? Knock stuff out. We have our supporter cards here, but the idea of the deck is, I really like the idea of it. Water, fire, fire and ice. It's kind of a neat idea. Two of my favorite VMAXs together. And you got shenanigans like you just seen here with the stamp. Everything you need here to see fit. And then Verdant Forest to get our basic energies. We play basic energies. We play the boss's orders. We got a Marnie in there. We have some researches. And, of course, the main draw, Melanie, because, again, it works, obviously, for the Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX. But it also works and helps with Victini because you could still attach that onto Victini and then just attach a fire energy to it and you're good to go. So that's why you have this way. Needs to retreat their balloons. And then, of course, you got the water energies. And then at least 3 fire energies. And my only downside of this deck is when it comes to stuff, unless you know for sure, you don't know which one you want to put out. Like, oh, I shouldn't have put the Victini on. I should have really focused more on this. And vice versa. But Melanie is a great card. Helps a lot of all Vs in general, especially when they have that one colorist. 2 attacks. With her, you're able to get 2 energy onto these 2 attackers. Boom, you're good to go and start attacking. And I think these two work really well with each other. Pretty fun. So let's get into it. As you can see, they're weak to steel. So we got Victini there, knock off those Zacians, etc., and whatnot. So they're a good little duo. And of course, Melanie is just a great supporter. And let's get into a match here. You're going to see what we got here. We're going to have some matches here that are going to be pretty good. Look for the opponent. Let's see. All right, let's see if we can do something here. Start on our first try with this deck. Normally, like 90% of the time when I try a new deck out, sadly, for some reason, I get like the worst draws. I get like brick hands and stuff happens. I'm like, really? And I always lose. But then eventually, it's just, really? I'm excited to play a new deck, and first time I try it, crud. But then, the luck starts getting a little bit better and everything. So right now we'll start off with, I guess, all we can is Victini. I like the hand here so we can quick ball away the 1 energy, which sets up for the Melanie. I don't know who we're going against. Well, let's just get a lot of draw if we can in here. Let's do that. Get a Sobble. Play the Sobble. Play the Viridian. Draw for 3. That works, and I still got Ice Rider there and find out what we're going against. See if our little Victini does well. Put down on our Sobble, and I think we're good to go here. We can do a lot. We can Melanie to give ourselves. We can then Drizzile if we want to make sure we get the Victini VMAX, so we can start hitting for 220 depending on what our opponent's going to have to start off with. And that's one of my favorite things with both these cards, especially why I prefer, I'm saying it right now, I prefer, nice, Ice Rider Calyrex over to Shadow Rider, just for the fact that I love how you go first, your opponent has, like right now, they got themselves something that's 220 HP, their Vs. On your turn, you evolve that guy, and you're knocking out something before they get a chance to evolve that into a VMAX. Technically, in the same way, it works with our little VMAX buddy of Victini, which I'm all fine for. But right here, we can. I mean, what's going to be bad for the opponent is, obviously, they're going to do their one attack. Oh, I keep forgetting. That's the other one. So they're going to swap him to the bench to someone else, maybe. And we'll just see what we got coming. We'll see what we draw. Because we can knock this out. They're going to hide? They going to hide? No? Of course they're going to hide. So they don't mind losing that 2-prizer. Look at that. Like, right now... But we need... That's the only downside of that fire energy, because we need to get... Okay, we got a lot of options here now. The VMAX. And then a switch, which we couldn't have done with just the one Sobble. Then we would have been stuck without a supporter. So it had to be done. I guess I could have put it on the Ice Rider, but I didn't know for sure. And then attach that fire to our Victini. Instead, I'm just really trying to figure out here what to do. Might as well. So next time we can start getting... You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get a little Victini VMAX here. One copy of our little guy in there, what's fine with me. We got the air balloon. Retreat into that. I feel like we might as well. Or just hold what I have and see what happens. But I think getting that water would actually be a good idea. You can do without one of you. Because we look through here, yeah, we got only 1 and 1, it looks like. Unless I'm seeing things, we only got one of each of the VMAXs. Yay. But off to a good start. I mean, I really like... Let's see what they're choosing here. Probably either draw support or their retreat tower, the water tower, water or whatever. Or obviously the VMAX, too. It's like the only thing I could think of. But what I like about the deck is, sadly, right now I feel like we're at least going to lose maybe one of the Drizziles. Thinking I got both Drizziles just to get 2 prizes. But I feel like they should do damage onto, you know, Pokemon that actually really matter. Alright, so they're doing it to that. Which is fine. We evolve the 1. Alright. Little guy there. Figure do that. Get rid of that other Sobble. Get ourselves a water. Quick ball away the water. Who do I want / don't want? It doesn't really matter. Do that. Obviously onto you, so you're good to go, buddy. Yeah, you'll become our big guy. Now we can do a lot of damage. We can do more damage now. Quick shooting. I guess onto him. And then quick shooting, I guess. Might as well. Alright. Now we're getting a lot of quick balls here. Max victory! And we just gotta do 70 more. Which, if we wanted to go crazy, we can just want the Inteleon. But that'd be craziness. And of course they play Cheryl in the deck. Which is fine. That's their waste of their supporter for the turn. They're not going to be able to draw anything, so I don't know. I know it works with the deck, but now they're just stuck with, like, that's my one problem with the Rapid Strike Urshifu. It's become less fun because you go against it a lot. At least I've gone against it a lot, and 9 out of 10 times I feel like I can easily beat it because the decks that we have now and the stuff we can play, the attack it does 150, does 120, and you play a lot of these VMAXs that just, especially when I like to play a lot of decks like with Cheryl, like say Orbeetle had an amazing game where they just tried and tried and tried, but I'm like, my Orbeetle deck has 4 Cheryls, 3 Malalanas, we got the Selby VMAXs, you can't they have to 3-shot these, and then that becomes a 4-shot and a 5th shot in it because of so much healing. And I've just lost, like, pretty much any interest in the Rapid Strike Urshifu. Because, like, right here, it's like, okay, do it again. It limits them. It's like, do it again. You're not going to be able to take out much. We'll just start putting on the other one because I feel like I get it because you get rid of the energy with the second attack, but I feel like hopefully that's just like a 1 tech, maybe 2 of Cheryl, because then you're kind of stuck. You're limited on the energy, you're limited onto the attacks and the strength of these attacks. And then like right now, I'm going to hit you again. You're going to Cheryl again? And then he can't really do anything. So I'm going to just sit there and do the same amount of damage to you again and again and again until you finally get knocked out. If the deck can utilize Cheryl's more easily, like that as an example, or like in the deck like with Metal, a Bronzor, or Bronzon, or with what do you call it, like Weavile, so that we can shift the energy around, and then sure. Because you can easily get that energy back, but this guy here, he's not able to do anything. Like last turn, they were only able to do 30. Now they have what they wanted. But it's not going to be enough because I have 2 bosses. I'm just going to boss that guy out. Or maybe not. It's like, alright, so all you're going to do is get a Crobat. Wow. And, yeah. So they're going to take 2 prizes, and then Victini will go down after I get my 3 prizes. I'm down to 1 prize. Both these guys can just, it comes down to I can just boss now and win. So it really, all it did was postpone and didn't really do anything. So that's like my beef with like that kind of stuff and shenanigans and an Urshifu deck. I just don't see it working that well because all it is delaying the inevitable. Like all it is I feel like it's costing you a turn where you could use that for like a boss or drawing something for a supporter. Because in the end, this guy went down. That Cheryl did nothing. All you did was knock out a Crobat. You could have done that without the Cheryl. By then, you could have knocked out a Crobat, and maybe and then have knocked out maybe Victini earlier. But you didn't, and I'm happy to knock out this deck because it's fun knocking out this deck. Because I've grown less happy about it. I'm excited that Victini VMAX actually got its time to shine because I feel like I love Victini VMAX, but I feel like it's so much easier to go for the Ice Rider just because he just does that little bit more. But then Victini does just that. I mean, I feel like these guys are great. A good Fire and Ice deck. A good balance. They work pretty well with each other. They kind of do the same thing. So, I don't know. I got no beef. It'd just be nice if I can go against, like, oh, sweet, go against that no-good Zacian ADP or something, then Victini VMAX is going to be like, yeah. And that's when you're like, for now, you wait on the Ice Rider. You don't just throw that out there because then there comes Zacian and just one-hit KO it. And that's why you had the Victini. You have them to balance out each other's weaknesses. Better check just in case, because right now we got nothing, and we're just going to have to lose everything. I mean, we have more... I mean, that's our only Marnie. But we have more draw support in the deck, which is fine by me. I'm sure we can get another fire back. Let's just get more draw. We need it, because I think we should have at least... Good, we had all our fire. And what? That looked like 6 and I discarded 1. So 7 out of 9. I think I have 8 or 9 water engine here, so we didn't prize too many energy. We have just the right amount we need. Get that on there. I feel like I should do it right now. Because I don't need both of these in the deck, and I don't want both of them to both be Marnied or something onto the bottom of the deck. But... whatever. I mean, I know you can't have more than 4 cards in your hand, but I have 5. It's not like I have a hand of 10, But I'm really liking the deck. It's fun. Shame we couldn't fit Welder into the match. It's still a good artwork. Get both the full art waifu Fire and Ice supporters there. But I feel like the Welder would clash. Like, all you need is the Melanie for both the main attackers. Because you get, obviously, the 2 water on our Ice Rider, and then you got the 1, and then you just need a fire. Victini is good to go. And again, I like how they both kind of just work with each other and help each other's weaknesses in a sense. Very nice, very smart to do. And let's see what we got there. I keep forgetting that Mr. Mime is there, so we got Dragapult. This is nice. Like, next turn... I mean, I got the Level Ball, I got the Drizzle in hand. What I'm going to do is evolve. I think get Melanie. Don't even really need the Melanie. But, because I was going to say that, or Boss. Like, get the Boss, use the Verdant Force to get water. But now we don't need the Boss anymore, so we can. I mean, we're going to... I mean, this is what I love about the deck. And I love going against Dragapult because I hate Dragapult. I like playing it, but I hate going against it. It's just kind of obnoxious and annoying. Just because I feel bad for decks, that are like, you want to play like just regular decks like Stage 1, Stage 2s, that aren't, Vs, VMAXs, you know what I'm saying. And then just to have them be able to drop 5 damage counters on your guy before he gets a chance to evolve. I feel like we're stepping away from... I don't get it. I feel like the game's just going too much with these 2-3 prizer type things there, and it's like, what's the point of having like the smaller decks with the 1 prizers that are stage 2s, especially they're still giving like those that you had to evolve those things, and they're still giving them like 120 to 160 HP. It's like, come on, you can't give them 200 HP or something. It's just a little weird. I mean, you're giving basics 200 HP, but you can't give a stage 2. I feel like it's a little weird. We won that one. That's what I love about Ice Rider more than I love. I'm gonna keep saying it. This channel here, if you're gonna get tired of me praising Ice Rider Calyrex or Beetle VMAX, you're gonna get tired of it because they're amazing. And I love them, and they're fun. I like to try like those regular, one prize or single prize decks too. So they're kind of. If you're in the, I'm jokingly, if you're in the worshipping cult of ADPZ, you're not gonna enjoy this channel because I don't drink that Kool-Aid for that deck. Because while I think it's a great deck, it won't be missed once it's rotated out. I'll tell you that. Just because it made the game extremely boring. And Chilly Rain is on a nice step to, bring the excitement back a little bit. And then the next set looks good, and then after that. So I feel like they're kind of, even with those V units, I think is kind of ridiculous. But they are extremely balanced. And sadly, I do see them banning, can't remember the name. But the item card that's in Expand right now, where you can just choose 3 cards and send them to the discard pile. I feel like that, Battle Compressor, that will be banned. I agree with some people that that's just going to be banned. I don't see why it should, because honestly, you can only do you can only have like 1 copy of each of those things. You can only summon it once. And plus you have to get all the energy onto them. And there's still a lot of prizes once they fall. So I don't know if that's going to be worth it, because if they're stuck in the prizes, but we'll see. Sorry I'm rambling, but I'm excited. The game, you get kind of like, I'm kind of bored with it right now. But Chilly Rain is like, yeah, you brought a little bit of energy back, because even though I'm getting tired of seeing Sabo, Drizzile, and Inteleon like every deck now, I feel like people are just like, hey, these cards existed before, but right now, every deck has to have them in it. And I'm like, just kind of boring. In that sense, like, really? I mean, in decks where I'm like, yeah, it works, and you should, of course. But I played against people where I'm like, wait, why the hell are you playing the Inteleon line in there? Like, how does that benefit the deck? I feel like you take those out, and then the deck would be better, because they lost. I didn't understand that. That would be like crazy as if you're going against an Eternus VMAX deck and they play a 1-1 line of them or something. A 1-1-1 line. I'd be like, what? That's not going to work. But besides that, it's really fun. Everyone was like afraid of Shadow Rider. But thankfully there's a lot of good Pokemon Dark support, so I mean, just like, if you're tired of them, just play. You can easily beat them too. You can easily beat any deck. Just like ADP was annoying, but that thing was like, you just saw a thing here where you knock it out before they get a chance to do it. Like I did this, and now they have just ADP here. As I'm talking about how ADP is pretty easy to beat. You just got to stop them before they do their GX. And because they always want to GX first before, but then smart players I've gone against, where they had the option to, but they had all the energy on. No, they're going to do the 150 damage and then make sure they attach because they know they have a chance of getting knocked out next turn. Instead of, I'm going to do the GX and then hopefully at some point I'm going to get, 3 energy on my Pokemon. So it's very easy to defeat. And right here, I believe I make a mistake. Because I can take out, like I said, like, look how easy this is. I'm doing 250. I grab the Ron Inteleon. Then I'm like, no. I'm like, no. Because why would I do that? Because right now, I can quick shoot with my Ice Rider. And I'm like, oh, I grabbed the wrong one. You know what I'm saying? I can knock out, this is what I love to do, but don't worry, I luck out. you love to see it because you love to just get these guys out here. It's like, no, I need to get... There we go. And ADP go bye-bye. And that's the video. Hope you liked. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if there's any decks you like to see or just I want to try, because I want to try out some fun decks. And I'm interested to hear what you all think and what you think of this stuff there, what you think of the format, what you think is going to happen once rotation hits. Yes, well played. Yeah, ADP goes down. I love these cards. This is a fun deck. Try it out. Fire and Ice. Like, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed. And again, see you next time. This has been
Professor TCG.